Hey guys, Nick Hoffer with Timberline Media.
Zeke Scott.
We're back at the spot where Zeke shot the 8 this year. We're actually standing in the cornfield that he harvested that buck in. Right behind us is actually the tree that Zeke was in on that evening. I'm going to let Zeke tell you the story about how that went down.
Yeah, so we don't have any footage of the actual shot on this buck. Nick was supposed to come out and film me, but decided the gym was a little more important. But it was a pretty good evening. It was November 22nd of this past fall. Good weather, 45 degrees, clear skies. We'd seen this buck all summer. Granted, we have much bigger deer on camera out here, but he's a pretty good 3.5-year-old buck, probably between 140 and 150, which is pretty good for an 8-point where we've been hunting. But it started out slow that evening, had a couple does come in. About an hour into my set, didn't think anything of it. I'd been out here a few nights before that and didn't see much. But I started playing games on my phone like everybody does. And probably 20 minutes later, I look out in the field and the 8's coming out of the woods behind the guys right now. And man, it just got my blood pumping. I hadn't seen a buck in I don't know how many sits between here and my farm.
You had a pretty rough season, didn't you?
Yeah, and man, I let it fly, put a good shot on him. He ended up running 195 yards or whatever down over the hill into this real steep ravine.
Made for an eventful drag, that's for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't much tracking, but the drag up was pretty rough. Thankfully, Nick's dad came out with the buggy and helped drag it out a little bit here. But
yeah, Zeke called me when I was at the gym, and he said he smoked one, and I thought he was just messing with me because he really hadn't been seeing much all year. So when he called and told me that, I thought he was just playing games with me. But no, he ended up, he called me and he was like, yeah, I just smoked the 8. And I was like, no, you didn't. I just couldn't believe it. And I still had, I was only halfway through my workout, and I was like, you know what, I got to get going. So I jumped in the truck and drove out here, and we sat where we park at for about an hour, just to let things cool down. I mean, I was real confident when he told me about where he hit the buck at and stuff, that he wasn't going to be going too far. But you never know. Just always make sure, because we didn't really find blood right away, and we also there's probably about 50 yards he covered from cornfield to where he ran in the woods at, and we only found like a drop or two of blood. So we were being real hesitant about that. But once we got started down in the woods, he opened up really well, and he was just down over the hill, and the ditch is where we found him at. But yeah, guys, we just want to tell you the story on the 8, and we'll keep you guys posted with more stories we got from this past season. Hey guys, we're doing a little shed hunting here, and as you can see, we're in a big pasture field here. Mark my words, this will be the kill zone come springtime. There will be a bird down in this field somewhere. There's been a couple killed here in the past, and mark my words, it's going to happen on that camera right there. Just stay tuned.
look at that rub.
Oh. Giant. I mean, this is probably off of a 6x6 bull elk here in Zanesville, Ohio. Like, that's unheard of. Jeez.
Well, folks, calling it a day, walking out empty-handed. Nick's frustrated. I'm frustrated. Maybe next month. Huh? It's been a rough one.